What's going on, people? Jay the Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. I want to talk about Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur Blank. He bought the team in 2002, right around the time, it was right after Michael Vick's rookie season. And that's when the Atlanta Falcons transformed into one of the trendy, popular teams in the NFL due to Michael Vick's popularity. Arthur Blank was owner of the team during that time, and he gave Mike Vick a lot of leeway. And that's just a little background into the team, things of that nature. Also, he actually stood by Michael Vick at first with the dogfighting, but once he was convicted and all that, they fell out. But recently they patched things up and they're cool. That's just the type of guy Arthur Blank is. You know, he's a very forgiving guy. And also he helps a lot of these former ex-athletes too. Ward Dunn, does a lot of work in the community. He's also a part of the organization. He played for the Atlanta Falcons. He was Michael Vick's teammate. Also, Brian Banks, a guy who was falsely accused of rape, sexual assault, who was in prison for a number of years. He actually signed him to the Falcons. They ended up releasing him, but for what I understood, they gave him a job in the organization. I don't know if that's still true, but that's what I had heard after he was released from the team. So again, that's the type of guy Arthur Blank is. He seemed like a very not only is he a forgiving guy, he's also a guy who he tries to help as many people as he can. Okay, and he tried to help this single mother of three before he married her. They started dating. Now, mind you, this guy has been married twice before. When you're a guy who's his age and all of his kids are grown, well, I think when he met her, he had a teenage son. Okay, but to me, in Arthur Blank, and I'm going to get into him, divorcing his now ex-wife. When you're a guy who's his age, right? He's 76 years old. He's looking for a woman to basically, grow old with, but just somebody to have so he's not alone or by himself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that even if you're rich or even if you're poor, nobody wants to grow old alone. Nobody wants to be lonely. He didn't want to have to pay people to keep him company. That is why he was dating this woman. Then they quickly got married, and now they're quickly getting a divorce. According to Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Arthur Blank, wife Angela are getting a divorce. Falcons owner Arthur Blank and Angela Blank are divorcing. Arthur and Angie have agreed to amicably part ways, a representative of Arthur M. Blank said. With respect and concern for each other and their families, no further public comment will be made regarding this private family matter. Both parties request privacy for all involved at this difficult time. Let me just say this though. I don't think it was as amicable as they want people to believe. You cannot tell me that a guy who's as rich and successful as Arthur Blank, even at his age, is getting divorced after 2 years. I thought women wanted a guy who could give them that security. This guy gave her security. This guy made her basically a partner in everything he did. He would go on the sidelines during games, hand in hand with her. He made her his partner in everything that he did. And you mean to tell me that after 2 years, that it's over like that? Come on, man. Now, again, I want y'all to understand, outside of this article, what I'm going to add is my opinion. I don't want any of you to think that I'm making things up or I'm lying like some of y'all like to do when I say things you don't like. But I truly don't believe that this was amicable. I believe that she didn't want to be married to him anymore. If you look at her life, and I'm going to get to in a second, she's a very low-key woman, okay? She lost her husband to alcoholism. She basically was raising 3 kids on her own, okay, before they met and started dating, okay? I don't think that she cares for the spotlight. I don't think she cares about being a public figure. I think that's probably one of the reasons they didn't mesh. Their wedding was very private. because I think she's a very private person, and she didn't like. I don't think that she liked being put in a spotlight like he would put her in the spotlight and basically showcase his relationship with her, because they didn't really go public with each other until 2017, a playoff game in 2017. Angela Blank was by Arthur Blank's side recently during the Atlanta United's victory parade. She was not at the Atlanta Falcons game against Tampa Bay on Sunday. That's because I told y'all she don't like the spotlight. She don't like to be out there, standing out there on the sidelines with them. That's not the type of person she is. And I think that the reason why this divorce is happening is because she's more comfortable just leading a normal life. But Arthur Blank, you know, he wants to have a 50-50 type relationship. As successful as he made himself, I still think he wants a woman next to him to share that success, you know? Let's see. Blank was engaged to Angela Makuga in 2014. They were married in June of 2016. Blank's former wife of 16 years, Stephanie, filed divorce papers in Fulton County in February of 2013. So his previous wife divorced him. So you mean to tell me that you married in 2016 and all of a sudden 2 years later you get divorced again? Blank has 3 children with his first wife, Diane J. Blank. They were divorced in 1993. Blank, who bought the Falcons in 2002, is also the co-founder of the Home Depot and head of the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation. That's according to AGC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Angela Blank was the third wife of the sports magnate and Atlanta philanthropist. Let's see. At her bio at the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation says that together she and her husband have 9 children and 5 grandchildren who joyfully keep them busy year-round. Let me just say this. I think Arthur Blank is the type of guy who had not vision, but he has a way that he wants his family to be. You know, he wants a family that's together. You know, he wants to have a whole family unit together, despite the divorces. That's why I think he married this woman, because even though they didn't have any children together, she had children, he had children, and I think he likes the dynamic of family. The couple initially was brought together through soccer. In 2012, Arthur Blank met Makuga while attending soccer league games in which her children and his then 15-year-old son Joshua played. He later described her as the poster child of what it means to be a soccer mom, and I mean that in a great way. So basically, off top, she, to him, presented herself as a wife type, okay? Just off her being at the soccer games, how she was involved, especially when she wasn't with anybody, she was raising children on her own, you know? April 2014, Arthur Blank was awarded the MLS expansion team, the Atlanta United Football Club, which recently won the MLS Cup. That's a very good conversion rate. Angela Blank is from the University of South Carolina Sumter, alum, which is local, of course, local here, with a professional background in sales and marketing and branding, having previously worked for Graphic Solutions Group and Boundless Network. She served as director of the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, which funds numerous initiatives and grants in the area of early childhood development, education, green space, and arts. That's a lot of shit. But women can multitask. Women are very good at multitasking. I will give women that. They're very good at multitasking. So you can put this one woman in charge of doing all these different things and overseeing all these different things, man. Foundation, where Arthur Blank is the chairman of the board of directors, created the West Side Neighborhood Prosperity Fund, a $15 million long-term commitment to invest in the people and communities around the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which means he don't want no hood around his stadium. He wants that area to be as safe for the people who park there, who go to those games, as possible. That's what that's for. But he's still helping. He's trying to help the surrounding areas, which I understand. She's a dedicated volunteer and powerful advocate of MARRlED, Mothers Against Drunk Driving in Georgia. In 2015, she served as co-chair of the 11th annual Walk Like MARRlED and MARRlED Dash fundraising walk run held at Kennesaw State. The inaugural Atlanta Falcons Rise Up and Run 5K Walk Like MARRlED took place at the Georgia Dome. Further evidence of what the Blank Family Foundation describes as a year-round partnership to expand MARRlED's presence across Georgia that Angela Blank has helped spearhead. Let's see. She later added, for anyone attempted to drink and drive, please realize that one irresponsible decision can last a lifetime or have a snowball effect, such as taking the life of a family member or loved one. Well, looking at her background into her ex-husband, I can see why she is with this initiative, you know. Well, she also said this too. I'm the mother of a teenage child who lost their father to alcohol, the daughter of an alcoholic father. I wanted to educate my children about the dangers of underage drinking while they were still young. So it's very interesting. She had an alcoholic father, and her husband basically was an alcoholic. And I honestly believe, and this is just my opinion, okay? She never got over her ex-husband who lost his life to alcoholism. I don't think she's ever gotten over him. And I think that she probably felt very out of place in this marriage. And I think she got with him because Arthur Blank comes off as a really nice guy with a lot of money, okay? And I'm not saying she with him for the money, but he was able to provide her with security. But I think that Arthur Blank wanted a public marriage. He wanted to showcase, I believe, and I don't think he's an attention seeker. I'm just saying, like, he wants to show that, he has a woman next to him who's helping him, who's there for him, and he has that element when it comes to running his team and his business operations. And I don't think that she was down for that. I really don't. I don't think she liked that kind of attention. And I don't think that she's over her ex. I really don't. And I think that's why this marriage fell apart as quickly as it did. Because you hear all these women talking about how they want a man who provides security. They want a man who can financially support them. That's what Arthur Blank was able to do. And it still wasn't good enough. It still wasn't good enough. So what does that say to the men who aren't married, who aren't rich, who don't have all these different companies and foundations, and they're not philanthropists? What does that say to them? Because you have women on social media who want to make it seem like we only do these stories about rich men and how we're not rich, and we can't talk about divorces because not every divorce a woman's going to take you to the cleaners. It's not about being taken to the cleaners. It's not about losing things just financially. Emotionally, you lose a piece of yourself emotionally when you go through a divorce, even when you go through a breakup. This is why Arthur Blank is continuing to try to marry at his age. He doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be able to share the success he has with the woman that he's with. He wants to be able to help her push initiatives and other things that she wants to do. And that's what Arthur Blank tried to do. But it wasn't good enough. And the only reason why they're going with this amicable split is to make her look good and to not make him be embarrassed. Because remember, his previous wife divorced him. I don't care how rich you are. Women will still leave you. Women will still divorce you. If they want out, they're going to leave, and nothing is going to stop them, because they know financially, especially if you're rich, you're going to do good. They're not do good. They're going to cash out. They're going to be financially set if they take care of their money and they have their own business. They're making their own income. They're going to financially be set, especially when you write that check. give them a car or two, maybe buy them a house. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If a woman don't want to be there, she's not going to be there. I don't know what some of you people don't get. You got females out there who are all about that gold digger lifestyle, who will tell a man that you just need money. You need to provide a woman with security and she's going to marry you. She's going to love you. She's going to be with you forever. That's a pipe dream, people. Women going to be with you as long as they need to be with you. And when they no longer need to be with you, they're going to leave. Arthur Blank's been married 3 times. He was married to this woman for 2 years. They had a secret marriage. You know why? Because once again, I don't think that she's not a public person. So he wanted to capitulate to her. Maybe he want, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like he's a private person because he's on Atlanta Falcons sidelines every Sunday with her. Well, recently. So I don't care how much money you have. You can be an average Joe. You can be a billionaire. Women are still going to walk out that door. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.